Hey, how you doing? It's Chuck from On Point Holsters. So what I've decided to do is I'm gonna make videos based off of items that come in that are requested, and then we'll just go from there. I'm also gonna continue, on the different aspects of the business and stuff like that. But tonight I need to make a badge clip for an OSI badge. So not only do I make holsters, but I make a lot of other accessories. And one of the big ones right now is just clips for law enforcement badges. So here's an example of one right here. This is a badge clip. So how the ones that are out there are big, thick, bulky pieces like this. And then I'm making them, look how thin that is and how nice it is. I've got a lot of feedback from a lot of different law enforcement entities that I've made them for, and they love them. And it's just great. It's been a good moneymaker. I mean, they're not expensive, but if you make enough of them, you can get your return on them. So the one challenging part though is every badge is different. Every badge is shaped different, and the biggest thing is every one of the badges on the backs have either a pin or a clip, and it just makes it hard to do. So when people call me up and say, "Hey, I need a badge clip," then I have them send me a picture of the badge, the back of the badge, and then I'll have them take a tape measure and measure the size of the badge. And then if it's got a pin on it, I'll have them measure, where the top of the pin and the bottom of the pin is. And that's so I can get the holes right in the Kydex, so the badge can go through and the badge will be secure on there. So it is a challenge, but like I said, I've been making a lot of them, and hopefully you will be able to too. So I'm just going to take you through the whole process from scratch to end, and show you how I make them and how I put them together, and then we'll ship one out to a customer tomorrow morning. So stand by and we'll take you to that. Okay, so what you're gonna need is you're gonna need 2 pieces of Kydex. So these are probably 4 inches tall, 8 inches long, and actually this is just scrap that I use from the holsters. So usually I can make 3 on these, but tonight I'm just gonna make 1 to show you how to do this, right? So what you need, like I told you, is the measurements of the badge, how wide the badge is, how tall the badge is, and then the key thing is this particular badge has a pin on the back. So I need to measure where this pin is versus that pin, and I'm going to show you why. So I've already got a template that I measured out that I use, and this is it here. So as you can see right here, it fits right on there. So this is what my goal is right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put this on here because I already have the template, and I'm gonna trace it out, just 1. So I have the 2 hook holes, and the other 2 holes on there is for the clip. So as you can see, these 2 holes line up with the clip on there. So this is why I pre-drill the holes, so that way there just makes it easy to put it back together once I cut it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I put it in the vise just to hold the Kydex while I drill it, and then I have those holes there. So I already have 2 bits. I have this large bit that I measured out for the 2 large holes, and then this is the smaller bit that I use to put the clips on my Kydex holsters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the big ones first. And then I'm going to follow up and I'm going to drill the 2 small holes that I have on here. So then I'm going to take these over there and I'm going to secure these 2 pieces together. So the next thing I want to do is I want to secure these 2 pieces together. And what I do is I'll use a couple screws from the holster builds. That way there I can hold them exactly together. A couple small screws. This just keeps it lined up, so that way there, when I cut it on the bandsaw, they'll both be the same exact cut. It's just easier. This is how the easiest way that I found to do it. Then I'm going to go back over there. I'm going to drill the bottom hole out. Just put it upside down in the vise, drill the bottom hole, and then I'll go ahead and cut this. Now that I've got the 2 holes drilled, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the outline here on the bandsaw, and then I'm going to go back to the bench. So now that I have it all cut out, I need to even it out. So I'm going to take it to the sander here, and I'm just going to kind of mess with it and even the whole thing out so it's kind of an oval shape. So you just kind of work it slow, so that way there you can get it even all the way around. Then I'm going to take it over here to the sander, and I'm just going to sand the edges so they're even and then smooth. So now that we have it all cut out and the edges are all smooth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to make sure it still fits the badge that I wanted, right? So there it is, the 2 holes. And when I push it on, it comes out. It's perfect shape of the badge and everything else like that. So that's good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up. I'm going to wash it up in the sink, and then I'll take it out to the workbench and we'll put it back together. So now that we have them all cleaned up and we're over here at the workbench, we're just ready to put them together, okay? So what you're going to need to put them together is you're going to need a clip, and then you'll need a couple washers that I use, a couple spacers, rubber 1/4-inch spacers, a couple binding posts. I use a couple flat washers, and then I use 2 832 flathead screws. So how I put them together is I'll put this binding posts in, and then I use these flat washers just to hold them, as you can see, like that, right? So for now, I just put it together for the customer, and then they could take it apart after. Put one of the spacers there, put this on top, put the washer on top, screw it in a little. Oh. Wrong screw. Actually, I need 2 of these screws, so a little bit longer, so they actually reach through the spacer and reach into the binding post. And then you just put the second one in, same exact way. And there we go. There it is. So I'll ship this off to the customer. All they have to do is take it apart and put their badge into it, and then they'll have a nice carry, just like I showed you the one in the beginning, right? So just so you know, I can make these in any colors. As you can see, here's some of the examples that I've done. And this particular ones are actually for the Air Force OSI badge. So it fits that perfectly. And we make a ton of them. So you can order one on www.onpointholsters.com, and they run $25 shipped. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.